Hey, what's up, guys? It's Larry, the robot maker, robot general. And today I'm going to demonstrate to you live on how to send 60 emails manually, meaning not spam, in 10 minutes or less. Now, I know that I've done this class before last week, but I was honestly not prepared for it because I was going to send 60 emails and I only had like three uh, records to use, and it took some time. So I actually created 60 records so I can show it a lot easier and quicker. Okay. And uh, I know that I normally schedule these and I make events and everything like that. I avoided that this time because I was actually on the phone, or I couldn't do it this time because I was actually on the phone with a veteran client and they needed to talk to me. So I had to take that call. But once I finished the call, I jumped on the Zoom right away. So sorry for the delay. But again, I'm going to show you how you can send 60 emails manually, meaning not spamming, in 10 minutes or less. So, what does that mean? Well, we have these CRMs and systems and services where you can actually put a database in and you could send one message or a pre-written message or a campaign to everyone in your database, right? Normally, when that happens, though, the email is sent from another email address or a server of some sort. So the receiver of the email will see an email from Larry Lee at Foobots at 12458 dot dash blah 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 server, right? And it's like that's spam, right? And because of that, Gmail and maybe even other email servers or service providers will actually mark it as spam and it'll go into your trash or into your what do you call it, spam box, right? And that's kind of useless, that's kind of pointless, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you could do the same massive amount of emails, but make it so that it's directly from your inbox, directly from your actual email account. So it doesn't look like spam. And because it's being sent from your actual inbox, it won't be marked as spam. Okay. So instead of saying Larry Lee Foobots 1234 dash at whatever email server.com, it looks all weird and jumbled. It actually says Larry Lee at openmortgage.com. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick to show you what I'm going to do. And I thought I closed my door, but I did not. So apparently my kids are running in and out. So excuse me for that. It's what I get for not being 100% prepared. So share my screen here. All right, share screen. All right, so this is Pipedrive. Pipedrive is the CRM I use to manage my pipeline, right? The reason why I like it because it's visually easy to manage and it looks like sort of a whiteboard, you know? So like if I have like all my clients and some of them are new leads, some of them are under contract, some of them under appraisal, some are like clear to close, underwrite, whatever. I would write it out on my board. Well, now I can just kind of move my records or my clients, or whatever you want to call it, on my pipeline. And visually, it looks just like how I wrote it on the board, right? Well, the cool thing about Pipedrive, there's actual possibilities of automations associated with what you do on your Pipedrive. So I actually use Zapier. I know it's called Zapier because the motto is like Zapier makes you happier. It doesn't. I don't think it'd be called Zapier. Zapier doesn't make you happier, right? So I'm pretty sure it's called Zapier, right? But who knows? But they use Zaps. What is Zapier? Zapier is a platform or a app that allows you to sort of marry two different systems or different programs or services, and it communicates between the two, right? So it'll say Larry has done something on Pipedrive and it's going to create an action in Gmail, right? So it's an if this, then that, right? So think about it as triggers and actions. So I'm going to create triggers and then the triggers are going to lead to certain actions, okay? So the idea is Zapier is going to automate this for me. So in our case, we're going to trigger Pipedrive, which is this, to react whenever I move one of my records to one of these stages. And based on the stage I select, a certain email is going to be sent out directly from my inbox. It's not going to be sent from, like a server. Like I said before, it's not a spam provider type thing. It's literally being sent from my actual inbox as if I wrote it for myself. This is why I say manually and it's not spam. It's automated to a certain point, but you still have to do some manual work behind it, right? Now, the reason why the manual part is important is because I want to control who gets what emails, right? So I'm still manually managing it, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to cut the time it takes for me to open my inbox, select, compose new email, type in the address, email address of the client if I remember it, type in the subject, type in the message, which of course you can use templates, but even with templates, you used to have to do a few keystrokes and through clicking, and then make sure the message looks good, and then press send. Right? That can't be done in 1 second. It cannot be done in 1 second. Okay, but I'm going to show you how I can do that whole thing in 1 second. Right? So I'm still manually doing stuff to send the emails, but all the stuff that's repetitive is done automatically for me by Zapier. Okay, so I'm going to show you my inbox here, and all these accounts. See, like these are all, pretend these are clients. Okay, all these clients have the same email address. I did that on purpose, right? And you have to forgive me. I don't even know if it's going to work or not because it's the first time I did anything like this. Mostly I have different clients with different email addresses, so obviously it works. But in this case, it's like 60 deals, so 60 clients with the same email address. So I'm hoping it doesn't break or it actually does what it's supposed to do. Okay, but this is my inbox right here, right? I'm gonna go ahead and mark these all in red. Okay, I'm sorry, mark them all as red. So basically, it's the same email account, which is my email right here. So the idea is I'm going to send each of these records, which are supposed to be clients, an email using my Pipedrive stages as I move them along. Okay, so I'm gonna just do one just so you can see how it works. Okay, so I'm moving this guy over to applied, which I'm pretty sure I created Zap for. We'll see. And as we wait for that, and actually, you know what? I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make this 2 windows so you can kind of see it happen in real time at the same time. Okay. There it is right there. I did it and I probably distracted you, but see, it just sent the email, right? I moved this guy over to applied and it said, hey, thanks for applying. We'll start your pre-approval process ASAP, yada, 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 right? So you just saw me, literally all I did was move my client on my Pipedrive over, and an email was sent automatically. And I was distracted the whole time doing this and talking to you, whatever, and it did it all on its own. Okay. So let me do this again. I'm going to move this client who's in lead, and this actually titled intro email sent, right? I'm going to move to applied again, right? And we'll see how long it takes. Of course, what are you doing here, Hunter? We'll see how long it takes. See if I can get it faster than my Rubik's Cube gets solved, right? Apparently, I can do this in less than 2 minutes, I think. I don't know. We'll see. I just mixed it up. All right, here we go. Email still hasn't been sent yet. Hopefully, it doesn't glitch like it has done before in the past, which is embarrassing. Nope, still not sending. We'll see if I glitched it or not. All right, here we go. Oh, maybe I did glitch it because I actually am expecting it to send already. Let me refresh here just in case. Uh-oh. Maybe I broke it. This always happens to me live, right? I'm pretty sure I moved it. I'm gonna check my zaps, and this can help you in terms of your if you're building zaps, can help you with sort of problem solving, right? Any kind of tech issues, right? So you go to Zapier, you go to Zap History, and Zap History tells you all the zaps that are supposed to happen already or has happened already. And no, it shows right there. I sent one. So it shows it's success because this is the one that I sent first, and this is the one that should have been sent. Now, it might be because, okay, well, this might be spam because all of a sudden the same email was sent out. So let me see. Maybe it's in my spam, trash. Nope. It might be just lagging. And I'm going to check my actual inbox to see if they did try to send it, because sometimes that will also prove to me if the Zap is working or not. So I'm going to my actual inbox here, and I'm going to share my screen real quick. If you look, it does send it, right? Like, well, it might be backwards, but this is the one that's 14. This is the one that's 15. So it did send it, but for some reason, Zapier is not sending it to this account, which also might mean that it's flagged it for spam, or there might be some sort of lag. See, I don't know. You it might not be. Oh, it is. It is. The camera is forwards and backwards. Hunter, can you please stop messing with my camera zoom? Right. So this one's 14. The top one is 15. The top bottom is 14. So it definitely sent it. Okay. So let me see here. And technology always does this to me. No, you cannot have my phone. I'm in the middle of teaching class right now. So again, this might be because I'm using the same email account. And I'm actually tempted to just start moving stuff over to see. Just see if I can get some sort of activity. So I'm moving like 4 or 5 over right now, just to see if there's any kind of activity. So I just moved like 2 or 3 more. Oh, see, there it is. It's starting to happen. Look at that. Of course, it was just a little lag. Maybe this might be a Zapier thing. Zapier had it, but it didn't push it. And then when I did another Zap, when I made another action or trigger, the action started catching up. So technology is always too slow for me. But again, you see how like I just moved it over and it sent it. Now I'm actually theorizing that the second email is still the same email that's supposed to be sent on the 15th. It's just 4 minutes late, which is disappointing to me because it should be instant, right? Uh, no, you can have my phone. I'm going to check my Zaps again. And see, there it is right there. See, those are all the Zaps that's supposed to be sending. 15. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 emails I actually should be receiving right now. Wait for it to refresh here. No, but I need you to take Hunter out if you can. Here, Mason, here. Please take Hunter out. It would be fine if you weren't in your underwear. Come on, Hunter. It's not like I'm live or anything. Okay, fine. Take my phone. Go. Take my phone. Can you take him out and then close the door for me, please? Take him out and close the door for me, please. No, close the outside door. Take him out. Sorry about that. But we're still for the emails to send. It's not sending. So let me try to trigger it again. And again, it might be because I'm using the same email. Like basically all these accounts have the same email address. And the last time I did this, it actually sent it to another email account, which is disappointing. But let me show you what I mean by that. You can see here, I'm not gonna show my entire screen because this is my actual inbox. You see, it is sending it out. See, these are all the emails I sent just now. Right. So something's happening. My inbox at my actual inbox of my account is sending it out, but it's crashing here on my actual receiving inbox, right? Which again, it might be because it thinks it's spam because I'm sending so many emails in the same place. It might be because Zapier is not triggering correctly. So unfortunately, I can't show you the results, which is what the whole point is, right? But I at least show you the action. Okay, so what you do is, and I'm going to move actually. I'm actually at 49 emails. So I'm gonna use this to demonstrate 49 emails. Literally, all you need to do is move over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. And you saw that would actually supposedly, theoretically, if my technology would work, show it will send 5 emails literally in like a few seconds, right? So I mean, I say 10 minutes. I could probably do it actually within 1 minute, right? But you see, like it's starting to populate right now. So I'm gonna just keep on doing it just to at least show you what it's supposed to happen. But you see my emails are starting to finally populate, which is again, it's just slow technology, right? And ultimately, you would never send the same email account, the same email like I'm doing right now, right? You would have 60 clients with 600 different emails, and you literally would just send them the same email, right? Because it's like a template, but it's not spamming because you're not sending like a blind carbon copy. You're not sending it through a database, whatever. You're literally commanding your two platforms to do what you would do manually yourself. You're telling them how to do it. You're telling them to do it, and you program it so that it does it for you. So that all I need to do is one trigger, and the action kind of handles itself, right? But you can see right here, again, I'm not going to show my entire inbox. It's actually, my work inbox. But see, the emails are being sent. I sent in this page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 emails within a minute right there. Okay. And ultimately, eventually, those emails will go into wherever you're sending. Again, in my case, I'm sending to the same inbox. And therefore, you can do the action and go to sleep. And then your emails will eventually get to there, right? So I'm going to send the last 16. And actually, I could probably go ahead and make this so you can see. Okay. So at least you'll see the action here. See this 324 right here is now 326. I'm going to go ahead and move these last 16 deals and let's see how fast it takes for them to actually start sending, right? So I'm moving all 16 deals now. And you see how it's populating slowly right there. See, 26, 25, 25. See, automatically done. Now, the next thing I'm going to demonstrate to you, which I think is going to be useful, is how you can actually, and this is not part of the sending 60 emails, that's something I just showed you. This is going to be about how to send an automatic follow-up email to a new lead or client or referral. And really what you're doing is just organizing your CRM, right? So I actually created a Zap here that makes it so that if someone were to, or a new deal was created, they'll automatically get a follow-up email. Okay. So let's say I get a real estate agent who sends me a client. They give me their name, number, and email, right? And of course, I might call them first, maybe I'll text them, right? But then I also want to email them, right? So they can have my email inbox. So these are the type of zaps I created for my database in terms of who's a referral in terms of buying a house. But the one I created for this particular uh, task or email that I'm mentioning to you is new lead, send email, right? So basically, the idea is if I get a new lead, I want that lead to get an email, right? So what you do is you make a zap so that if anyone gets created in this particular category, they will automatically get some sort of email, right? So I'm gonna show you how I do that. Really fake first, so then you can see everything, so you know it's differentiated. And I actually will click intro email sent. That's the stage because these are all the stages that you had created. I'm creating the stage lead email because if I don't create it, it's going to go no contact yet, which is like a default bucket for me. If I add someone like the way I'm doing right now, and they automatically go to no contact, that means nothing has happened yet. And I actually do that on purpose because sometimes I'm not ready to send them anything. Maybe I already emailed them. Maybe I already talked to them, and I'd rather send an actual manual email from my hand to them instead of sending them an automated, pre-scripted, pre-written email, right? So that's why I have the no contact yet button. It's kind of a safety thing, right? Because it would be silly if I just got off the phone with someone and said, thanks, let me know when you're ready. And then I add them as a new lead, and all of a sudden it says, hey, thanks for the opportunity to work for you. I will call you soon when I just talked to the person 5 minutes ago, right? So that's why I have a no contact bucket. So there's no zaps associated with this one. But in this case, I want them to get an automated email because for whatever reason, I haven't contacted them yet. Maybe like I said, I got an email from an agent saying, hey, can you please call this person? This is their information. Again, I called, they didn't pick up. I texted, they didn't reply back. So I'm going to go ahead and email them. So I will click the stage that says lead intro sent, right? And I'm going to use the same email account. Hopefully it sends it. Who knows? I mean, with technology, who knows, right? Larry Lee, I, com. Save. And it's going to show me the record. I'm going to close this out. But you can see that I actually created a new record in lead intro email sent, right? Again, that's the stage I created on purpose so that if I move someone over, they get an automated welcome email or something like that, right? So there it is right there. Okay. Actually, no, that is the email that I just sent out. Um, so it was literally like seconds. I don't know how long it took. It was pretty quick, right? There it is right there. See? 3:30, and I sent the email. It's 3:31. Sent the email. So literally by creating a new deal with my client information, it automatically sent an email without any effort, right? And this is something you would do naturally if you're organizing your CRM, you're organizing your customers, your database, whatever. You're going to want to add them to your database, which is what I use Pipedrive for to organize my database. And again, I got a referral from an agent, called them, they didn't pick up, left a voicemail, texted, they didn't reply back. I want to send them an email. Well, why not make it so that you're going to add them to your database anyways, and the email gets automatically sent? It's checking multiple boxes, killing two birds with one stone, right? And then once I get an application, I just move them over. Okay, fake Larry Lee, fake deal applied. So I'm gonna move over to apply, right? And when I move them to applied, the theory is that they'll get an email saying, hey, thanks for applying, which hopefully happens. I'm looking at my inboxes here. There's a chance that it might crash because it did crash earlier. Which of course always happens to me. There it is right there. See? So there's my email. So you saw how I literally did nothing. I was keystroking, moving stuff over, and emails are being sent automatically, right? So that's kind of the idea behind what I'm doing. Now, if you want to know how you actually do this, it's actually really easy. You go to Zapier, and again, I have one for all stages, right? I have one for applied, appraisal met, clear to close, closing disclosure sent, docs missing, closing disclosure signed, house hunting. These are my demos, the ones I'm showing you right now. They lost or bought someplace else. Pending application, meaning I'm waiting for the application, or submitted for final review. These are my stages. So every single time my client hits this milestone or stage, I actually move it over so it updates everyone. Okay. But the way you do it is really easy. Like I said, you just create the Zap, right? They ask you to select the trigger. In my case, I'm using Pipedrive, so I put Pipedrive. I want, let's see here, updated deal stage. So what I mean by that is if someone were to move from one stage to another, that stage is updated, then this happens. So this is the trigger. So I'm saying that if I move someone to a certain stage, I want this trigger to happen, right? So it's going to ask me which account. I have my Zapier account here, and it's going to tell me. It's going to ask me which stage. Well, let's make it. Let's use my default no contact yet stage just to show you. Okay. So basically, what I'm telling Zapier is if something were to happen here, if someone gets updated here, if someone gets created here, anything in this stage, I want something to happen. That's what I'm saying, right? No contact yet. See? No contact yet, right? So I'm going to continue. It's going to set it up. I don't need to test it. And I'm going to go ahead and create the action. The action is I want it to email them something, right? And this is what I'm showing you. I mean, we're trying to send emails in an automated fashion that's quick and easy, right? So I want them to get an email, right? I'm using my actual account here. I want them to get an email, send email. I'm gonna use my actual mortgage account, which is it's using Gmail as a platform, but it's still my personal account, right? So Larry open mortgage, right? Continue. And I want it to send. And again, this is where I teach you exactly how to map this all out, right? So they're asking who's the recipient. The recipient is going to be the lead, right? Oh, they're making me test the trigger. Okay, fine, because they need the content, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and test the trigger, whatever, right? So now I've, so to speak, I've loaded the bullet into my trigger, right? So I'm gonna skip the test. Okay, there's my information, John Doe example. Okay, perfect. John Doe's the example, no problem. So now I can select the different data points. So I want it to go to the person's email. So this person's email address right here, right? Person ID email. Okay. Actually, I'd rather use ID right here because I see the email right here. See, John Doe, right? So I want John Doe example to get the email. I want to CC it to me, right? Why would I want to CC it to me? Because I want to make sure that I know that this person got an email. Basically, if my robots are doing the work, I want to be aware of it and I want to supervise it, right? Maybe they get sent the wrong email. Who knows, right? So I just want to make sure because eventually the idea, so you guys know, is for someone to take over this part, a team member, right? Someone I hire, right, to take over the follow-up part, right? They don't need to see personal information. They don't see anything. They just need to know that, hey, by the way, John Doe is now in clear to close, right? He's under conditional approval. So they'll move it over. All they do is move him over and then automatically sends an email. And they don't even have to see the emails, right? They're my emails, right? Because it's my inbox, right? So that's the idea. So I want to be CC'd no matter what. So if I have a team member moving people around, I want to know what emails are being sent, right? I always put from me, right? And I put Larry Lee EMA. That way they know who it is, right? So again, Larry Lee VMA, right? So I'm controlling, I'm programming, I'm teaching my robot, my Zap, what I want in the email. Okay. So I want, this is the subject. This is of course the title. This is which email. I actually can click reply to. I want it to reply to me, right? Now this is important because if you are using some sort of third party email service, not your actual inbox, and you want them to reply to you so you get it. You don't want them to reply to, again, the server email that's using the third-party spam system like Larry Lee at Foodbots at whatever. You want them to reply to me in my actual inbox. So that's why you want to put that. That's important. I think that's probably one of the most important parts of setting up your Zap, right? So subject is going to be, hey, I got your info. I'm going to call you ASAP. LOL, right? That's the subject. And I'm going to put the body, same thing, right? Body is the actual message. That's this part right here, right? And you can choose a signature. I'm going to choose my signature I already have created. And then I'm going to press continue, make sure I have everything that I want. Yep, everything looks good. I'm going to press continue. And I'm going to go and test it. Okay. So that you literally just saw me create that, right? You literally just saw me create the if and that, right? If someone gets moved to no contact yet, if someone gets moved here, that's if, then I want that, this email sent. Okay, that's literally what I just created. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and test and continue. And we'll see. Oh, actually, you know what? This is John Doe's email. So I'm going to look at the sent box, right? This is the sent box for my actual inbox here. Oh, you know what? I CC'd myself. So it's not gonna be sent, it's gonna be CC'd. But it should be showing the sent too. Make sure here. I don't know why it's not sending. Should have already happened because I CC'd myself. Yeah, I CC'd myself. Larry Lee at openmortgage.com. Maybe my expectations are too high to think that it would happen this fast. Oh, there it is. Hey, I got your info. See John Doe, right? Hey, I got your info. Gonna call you ASAP. LOL. Hey, I got your info. So gonna call you ASAP. So yeah, that's literally how easy it is to create what I just created, right? Of course, you have to put some more time. Um, uh, Again, technology sometimes is kind of crazy, um, but uh, what took me, I think, 5 minutes to create, right? I think it took me 5 minutes. So basically, the same amount of time that it took you to write actual email. Um, the fact that I did that will now save me every single time I have a new lead that goes in here. Now, of course, in this, again, for my personal pipeline, I have a no contact bucket because I literally don't want, what's up, Scott? Thanks for saying what's up. I literally don't want people to get emails without my actual supervision, right? So that's why I have this bucket, right? But if I'm controlling things, like I'm going to create a new lead, I want them to get a follow-up email, that's my intention, then I'm actually going to create the lead and put the lead intro email sent bucket when I actually create it. And therefore, it'll actually populate the lead into here. You see what I'm saying? And therefore, I add them into my CRM and they get a follow up email. And it literally took me just putting the information in. I mean, that's something you would do normally, anyways, right? But I didn't have to write the whole email. I don't even have to try to figure out what to say. It's already there. Okay. And I just created the Zap to show you how easy it is to create the Zap. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is to use the Zap, right? So we're going to go ahead and go back to the no contact. So this is Larry Lee Larry Lee at, Larry Lee, the mortgage guy at gmail.com. So I'm hoping, because you're looking at the inbox right now, I'm hoping that my technology won't fail me again. And if I move this guy over here, it will send him an email. We'll see. I just clicked it. We'll see how long it takes. Yeah, Scott, Zapier kind of gets fickle a little bit, right? Um, but yeah, and I appreciate. Yeah, it looks like you're watching. You're watching at work. Technology, I've always said, is too slow for me. Right? Technology, I move too fast for it, basically. So, if in a perfect world, it would do exactly what I want to do right away. But of course, there's always glitches. I mean, that's the reason why my first time doing this, I only had 2 records. See, right now I have 61. Right? But the first time I only had 2 records, and I was like moving back and forth 60 times. Right? uh, so I was doing that and it glitched on me, but it still worked, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna create 60 records. That way I don't have to like move the same ones over and over and over, and it seems more realistic because of course I wouldn't move the same 2 or 3 over and over and over. I would move 60 over once, right? So that's what I was trying to do, and it looks like it's not even working. Did I publish it? Does that? It should be published, should be live, and it's not doing its job. Let me send another one. See what happens. Technology. And maybe I made a bad zap. Who knows, right? Yes, it is relieving when it works. So right now I'm sweating. I'm like, dude, I'm like live. There's people watching. I'm recording this. I'm streaming, and the thing I was going to do is not doing what it's supposed to do. Right? Man, it's like what do you call it? It's like Murphy's law. Look at that. See, it's sending it. It is sending it. See, it's 344. So it did send it, but for some reason I'm not getting the inbox. Oh, look, it's in it again. Look at that. See, that's the 2 I moved. So maybe I can at least show you this that I'm actually sending it out. Okay, I'm gonna move 2 more over just to see, and hopefully it does something. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this unread, so you know it's new whenever I actually move it over. Right. So I just sent 2 more over. Look, see, there's the 2 right there. See, so it's doing its job. It's doing its job, right? Um, so So yeah, it works. Just maybe because I'm using the same email for all 60 accounts, it's the receiver is like, this is spam. You're getting attacked by this guy right now. So that's why nothing's happening, right? Who knows? But at least you know that if you did have 60 clients, you can send them instant emails right away. And I demonstrate to you exactly how to do this, right? It's for fun. Let me just add 3 more just to see what happens, right? 2, 3. So theoretically, this 2 unread should be 5 unread. Eventually, we'll see. Everyone knows Zapier requires troubleshooting, no sweat. Zapier, you know, sometimes I think they do it on purpose, right? So what I mean by that is Zapier is like, hold up. This guy's trying to use like 50 zaps in 1 minute. We're gonna slow his roll a little bit, right? Because it costs us money when we do. Because they actually have limits, right? Like it's kind of like text messaging, emails. There's actually like a certain amount of zaps you're allowed to do a month, right? So if they see like all of a sudden 50 zaps, they're like, wait a minute, what's going on with this guy, right? So I think it's kind of like PayPal, right? PayPal will they'll take your money, but they'll take 3 days to send it to you, right? Like they'll take payment from someone, but then uh, but then they'll hold it. Like, oh yeah, you'll get your money back in about a certain amount of days, whatever. And who knows what they're doing with the money? Maybe they're lending out to someone else and trying to make quick interest, whatever. Right? Look at this. It's still stopping on me. I'm gonna move a few over just to mess with it, right? Uh, but yeah, I mean, I think. Oh, there it is. See, finally, see, it's so weird how that works. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you're seeing it work. You're seeing it do its job. Okay, it's just not sending to the right recipient, right? But it is blind copying me though. As you can see, this is my inbox, not my sendbox. So the email is being sent. Zapier is doing its job. For some reason, the Gmail is just not reacting to it, right? But like I said, I think Zapier might actually have like a, like I said, like a turn time, so to speak, right? Okay, we got your money from your customer. You're gonna get it in 3 days. What? Well, we need to go make money with it, real quickly. We're gonna lend it to someone else, get some interest, and then we'll pay you your $300, right? So yeah, maybe that's what's happening. And Scott says Gmail send and receive limits too. Yeah, yeah. And it's funny because this has happened to me before in the past where I set it and forget it, right? It'll be like 9:30 p.m. and I just want to send in some last minute emails just to say what's up. So I move over like 10 or 20 of them and I don't even bother looking, right? And then I don't even know if it's sent it or not. Of course, you should watch it if you want to make sure. But I go to sleep and I wake up and then I do notice that they did send, but they didn't send like within that 15-minute time period when I moved over. And then of course, I checked Facebook and I looked at my DMs, whatever, and I'm like, it still hasn't sent yet, but I know eventually it will send, right? Which you're seeing it happen, right? So yeah, it does have uh, some quirkiness in terms of the time that it responds. Okay, so basically, again, the idea of what I just showed you, and if you didn't see it, hopefully you can go back to replay. There was a few hiccups. Not my fault. I don't blame myself. I blame technology, right? But the whole point was to automate what you would do manually. Okay. Again, there's not a spam situation where I'm going to text message and email 1,000 people in my database a pre-written script, right? That's not what this is, right? This is something that you have to do manually. I have to manually send this email, whether it's an update, whether it's a quick hello, hey, just want to touch base with you. I know it's the weekend. Maybe you're looking for houses. I want to make myself available. And of course, from a loan officer's perspective, right? Real estate agents, I'm pretty sure there's other ways that you can see how you can use this method or this process. But for loan officers, you want to say hi to all the people that are pre-approved and they might be shopping. So I have let's say I have 20 people, right? Well, I don't want to sit there and write 20 emails like on Friday night. That's kind of crazy. I don't want to spend time with my kids, right? Or I want to go to sleep, whatever, right? So I'll actually move those 20 people over and then they'll get the email eventually, right? Um, so that's the whole purpose about it. Now, again, you don't want to spam people, especially people who have applied with you, people who have actually showed interest, people who have provided you documents, people that you've been on the phone call with. Those are the people that should never get automated text and emails from a script or an automated system. Those people are no longer leads that you're trying to follow up and convert. They're converted. They're no longer a lead. They are a client. So this is actually probably best for client follow up. Okay. So again, when I say clients, I'm talking about people that have engaged, they've actually converted, they've applied, they're showing interest, they're human. They're no longer name, number, email, right? This is what this process is reserved for. Okay. But let's say I have 20 of them and I would love to give my individual attention to each person if possible, but if it's something that I am repetitively saying over and over and over, why not simplify it? Right. So that's what the whole point of what I'm showing you guys. And I made a post where I sent 60 emails within 2 hours, and someone laughed at me about it. Whatever. I don't know. I forgot what it was, but I just wanted to show you what I meant. Right. It wasn't me actually writing 60 emails like a crazy fool. Like, oh, let me write this email. Okay, done. Let me send. Okay, let me write this email. That wasn't what I was doing. Right. I was literally building this system. I was literally automating it. Right. It took me the time to build it, but now that it's built, now it's taking me 10 minutes, not 2 hours. Right. And of course, I said when I made that post, I said, it would have been faster if people weren't responding. Right. So when I was moving stuff over, I was getting responses. Okay, I better respond to this guy because he's already responded back. I respond to him, even though I'm trying to send out these other emails. So yeah, the idea is to do something manually, but as quickly and easily and as simply as possible. And this is my proposal: is to create zaps using Pipedrive and your email account, in my case Gmail, to basically automate what you normally would do anyways, right? Now, is there an extra step? Yeah. Instead of me literally just going to my inbox and writing emails, right? And I got spam, so that's not something I'm worried about you seeing. But instead of me like literally going to my inbox and pressing compose and home buyer at gmail.com, hey, are you going to shop this weekend? Hey, it's Larry. I want to make sure you knew I was available. Blah, 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 blah. And that took me more than 10 seconds to do, right? Um, what I'm saying is, why not do this, right? Or do this. And again, eventually, the idea is to have a team helping you, people that you trust, right? And these people don't have to have access to your inbox. They do not have to have access to your inbox. They're like, this is separate from this. So they don't have to go into your client inbox, whatever. They're just logged into your CRM and like, okay, Larry told me that this person is pre-approved, so let me go and move them to pre-approved. Larry told me this person needs these documents, let me move them to documents. Larry said this person is under contract, let me move them to under contract. See, I got the email. See, right there, right? The idea is to eventually have a team help you with this kind of stuff. Not that it's not important to update your clients, but in this case, let's say a person is contract to close, I'm clear to close, they're ready to close. I would tell my team, hey, congratulations, we did a good job. This person is clear to close. My teammate who's managing my CRM would move that person over to clear to close while I'm making a phone call or I'm texting or I'm videoing. Hey, congratulations, right? I want to do the actual human side. I want to do the actual like direct connection, which takes time, right? I want to do that part. But the stuff that can be handled by someone who doesn't require me as the human, my voice or whatever, can be leveraged, right? And of course, I mean, am I so busy that I can't do that? No, I'm not so busy, but I plan to be, right? I plan to be busy to the point where I would not be able to accomplish 100 emails in one night, especially if I'm going to be with my children and my wife, right? So I need to find a way to automate this, a way to leverage this, a way to make this quicker and effective, but not be spammy, right? Not get flagged into spam. So this is what I'm proposing with this class, okay? Is how you can send multiple emails in lightning speed time, right? Again, I mean, I can move 4 people over and they will all get different emails. Okay. Like I literally just did that in front of your face in like probably 2 seconds, right? And they're all going to get different emails depending on what stage they're at, right? So there's a lot of planning involved. There's a lot of thinking involved, but once it's set, just like templates in your Gmail account, it can be done at a flick of a wrist, which you're starting to see right now. See? So hopefully that makes a lot of sense, right? I'm not sure who else is still on the call or the Zoom or whatever. Does anyone have any questions? Yeah, I took the screen off too quickly, but you see they already got emails right away. I just moved those forward and they already got emails instantly, right? So yeah, any questions or anything like that? Yes, Scott, thank you. This is a really awesome tip, man. Everyone needs to be set this up for emailing on Fridays at 2 p.m. Absolutely. To me, at least for a loan officer, right? To me, staying in front of your clients is very important because 2 reasons. Number one, the biggest complaint that real estate agents and clients have is that their loan officer does not communicate. Either they don't update or they don't pick up the phone or whatever, right? So this solved that problem. So to me, that's number one why you should be doing this. Number two, do you really want to be making sure you do your job and following up manually with 10, 20, 30, potentially hundreds of clients? Do you really want to do that? Or do you want to figure out a way to achieve the same results in literally in minutes, right? So yeah, I think you're crazy. And when I say I think you're crazy, I'm talking about in general, people are crazy if that's what they're trying to do every single Friday, right? As loan officers, right? I don't think it's not a fun situation to be in, right? Even though you're just taking care of your business, taking care of money, it's just not fun, right? I'm showing you a way to achieve the same results in literally minutes, right? Well, depending on how many people you have in your database. If you have thousands, of course, that's a different conversation. But if you have like 10, 20, 30, 5 minutes, boom, 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 done, right? And you might be wondering, because, I don't want to forget about talking about this, but you might be wondering, well, what if you already have them in the category? What if I have them pre-approved already? So they got the email last week and I want to send them the email. Well, I mean, this is very simple, right? You go to, and this is Pipedrive, okay? You go to Pipedrive, you put need to follow up, pre-approve. And I don't have a pre, oh, there it is. I have a pre-approved thing right there. I create that. Actually, I should have moved it over. I forgot to do that. But I create a certain category, right? So move this over. So what I'm doing is I'm making a blank category for follow-up purposes, right? So let's say, I have, and I don't think there's a Zap here, so nothing should be sending out, right? Let's say I have 10 clients that are pre-approved that I know are shopping, right? And I want to follow up with them, right? Maybe I make a new email that they didn't get yet, right? In this one. But let's say it's been a month, okay? Let's say it's been a while. You haven't heard from them. A month is actually too long, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, right? I think it's okay to send the same email. It'll be an email that says, "Hey, just want to let you know I'm available. Do you have any questions? Are you looking at houses this weekend?" Right? Something like that, right? And other smarter, stronger LOs might be able to give you a better uh, word copy. Okay. But basically, you're just touching base to make sure that they know that you're available over the weekend, right? Then what I would do is I would make the Zap, right? And again, if you want to be advanced, you can just make the Zap, pre-approved follow up week 1, follow up week 2, week 3. You can do whatever you want, right? But in this case, let's say you're just simple like me, right? You actually move them all over to need to follow up, which has no email, right? Just move them over. All you're doing is clearing them from the pre-approved category. Okay, now you send them the same email by moving them over. Okay, that person got the email, that person got the email, that person got the email, yada, yada, yada. I'm sending 10 emails right now. Not really because I don't have any Zaps connected to it, but I'm sending 10 emails literally in like 10 seconds or less with no effort. I'm sitting there talking to you about it while I'm doing this. And I just follow up to my 10 clients, 20 clients, 30 clients, whatever, right? And I send them the same email. Now, of course, you don't want to send the same email every single day. That'd be stupid. You don't want to send. You might not want to send the same email every week because they might be like catching on, like, oh, this guy's just sending me an automated email. You can change it up by having week 1 follow up, week 2 follow up, week 3 follow up if you want to, or if you wait 10 days, 2 weeks. I think it's okay to send the same type of email. I mean, unless they have no inbox, meaning nothing, no emails. You're the only person sending an email, right? Meaning they don't have friends, family, they're not signed up to anything. They're getting zero inbox, and the only emails they're getting are from you. And you send the same email every 2 weeks, they might notice, well, this guy's sending me the same email over and over and over, right? They might notice that, right? But after 10 days, after reading a whole bunch of emails, it might trigger them and say, wait a minute, this sounds like the same email, but I don't think they'll give you shit for that. I don't think they'll be like, well, how is Larry copy and pasting the same email? Maybe, and I might call them and say, hey, I just want to let you know I sent you an email. I know it sounds pretty scripted, whatever, but it's just my way of making sure that I'm available. You can say that if you want to, right? And hopefully they respect that. Okay. But anyways, the idea is to just stay in front of them. Make sure you're staying top of mind. I think that a lot of churn rate, when I say churn, people like leaving your business or leaving your pipeline or leaving your potential client. I think there's churn rate. A lot of it is just because of neglect, right? And what I mean by that is they just haven't heard from you yet, right? So they talk to someone else, or maybe they're using you, but then they talk to their friend who has a referral. They send them to another lender. You talk to that lender, and you forget about Larry, even though you've already applied and got pre-approved and got your credit pulled and gave him all your documents, and Larry helped you get your credit scores up, and all that crap happened. But you forgot about him because you haven't heard from Larry in 2-3 weeks, right? So I think a churn rate or losing clients, a lot of it is just due to neglect, due to them not feeling neglected. Maybe they do feel neglected, but a lot of it's just because they just forgotten about you. No one's fault. Just, well, it's your fault for not being sure you stay in front of them, but it's no one's fault. Like they're not being malicious. They're not like, oh, Larry sucks, or whatever. It's just they just forgot about you, right? They they got wooed or charmed by a new lender, right? And not that they like that lender better than you. It's just that's a lender that has their attention right now. That's a lender that's focused on them right now. And that lender is following up with them. That lender is calling them up and texting them and whining and dining them and whatever it is that they do to basically make them forget about you, right? So I think it's okay to follow up every so often. And when I say every so often, at least once a week. That's the bare minimum, right? At least phone call, text, DMs, whatever it is you use to contact them. But this system right here, I really think it's something that's worth doing every single week. And in fact, I I will be the kind of loan officer, follow up, whatever marketing guy that would create 3 or 4 different emails pre-approved number one, pre-approved number two, pre-approved number three. And I'll know pre-approved number one is the general, hey, just want to let you know I'm available. If you're shopping, you have any questions, let me know. Number two, hey, just want to follow up with you again. Not sure if you're still looking for a house. Haven't heard from you yet, but just want to let you know I'm available. And number three would be like, hey, this feels like the weekend if you're out there shopping. So let me know if you're looking for a house. And then I might actually move my client between those three, right? I might be that kind of loan officer, right? Because why not? It's easy, right? But yeah, hopefully that makes a lot of sense. The idea is to make your life easier, right? And you can do it with technology. It's very easy. It's not rocket science. I demonstrate to you exactly how you do it. If you have any questions, you always call, text me, email, whatever you like. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, let me know. This is Larry, the Robot Maker, Robot General. I'm out. That didn't go as well. Didn't